it is, everybody, what it is. Salutations. Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I am your man, Wasted Talent. Waiting for a few people to pull in here. I know it's a Sunday night. This is not normally Wasted's operating times. But you know what, man? I felt like we had to get on. You know what I'm saying? I felt like we had to get on here, man. We got to get the audio right. Got to get everything right for y'all, man. Get wasted with your brother, Wasted. But I got a few things that I wanted to talk about and touch on here. DeMarcus Webb, what is the deal? RES0408, what's good? Javier Rodriguez, Justin Lawson, my guy. Appreciate you. Raider Hippie, happy Sunday, my brother. How are you? Nick the Raider, what's up, man? Garrell Webster, what's the deal, man? Y'all tell a friend, get wasted with your brother Wasted. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that thumbs up. You know what it already is. Thick Frame Wayne in the place to be. What is the deal, y'all? Now look, man. Auntie Six, what's up, brother? Wasted, it's time for the main event of the evening, brought to you by Woodson Whiskey, as it always is. Now look, y'all. I was thinking, man. I'm looking at our roster. I know training camp starting this week. We're all excited. We're ready for the equinox to begin. And there's certain things on this roster that get me a little concerned. And I was watching, some lives. I'm sorry, I had to put up the Rangers hat. I don't even know what I'm doing with that. But, it's some certain things, man, that was a little concerning to me about this roster. I think that our roster is a great roster. I think that we're headed for some great things. But I think there were a few free agents that are out there that could really help this organization and help this roster, going into this season, solidify us as one of the 2 or 3 best teams in football. There's some guys that are still out there that are available, man, and I don't understand why nobody's bringing them up, so I wanted to highlight them. Now, the main guy that everybody will tell you is going to be the guy that everybody needs to bring in is Ndamukong Suh. And listen, I'm one of those guys who thought that, an Ndamukong Suh situation being brought into the Raiders would be one of the best things that could happen for us. He can help out the younger guys up front and all of that, so on and so forth. But let me tell you something. Ndamukong Suh's not the only guy out there that can be brought in. Bill Gates, my guy. Let me finish my train of thought. I'm going to answer you in a sec, brother. But there's some other guys that the Raiders can add on the cheap that can actually solidify the group that we have of young players. We got a lot of young players. We don't have a lot of players that are long in the tooth on this roster, and I think that's a great thing. Because there were times on this roster where we had guys that were washed up. We didn't have much of a future, but right now we do. But as I get into that, let me start getting to some of y'all in the chat. If y'all got any questions, pop that in. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Bill Gates, Wasted, are you going to pop in on New Orleans on Halloween, right? You know what? As of right now, the Jacksonville game is the game that I definitely have to go to because I have family business down there the week before. I'm trying to set up to go to New Orleans. I think, Pick Six and all of us are going to get down there and meet together down there. So it's looking like I'm going to be down in New Orleans as well. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be down there, bro. You know what I mean? It's looking that way, man. That's a game that I had circled, to be dope to be down in New Orleans during Halloween. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of hot. But, yeah, listen, guys. So we're going to get right into it, man. There are a few people that are still out there who are not named Ndamukong Suh that can help this roster. Now, I'm going to go into my share screen because what I want to do is I want to go into SpotTrack.com because they have the most up-to-date information as far as free agents. And we're going to get into it. Tab, boom. Here we go. Now, as you can see, right there at the top are the available players. You have Ryan Bates, guard out of Buffalo. The great Julio Jones is still available. Left tackle Nate Solder from the New York Giants is still available. Landon Collins, the free agent safety, 28 years old out of Washington, still available. Trey Wayne is still available. Jason Pierre-Paul, I didn't know he was still available. That'd be a great pickup right there. Dwayne Brown, Joe Hayden, J.C. Treader, Joe Schobert, inside linebacker out of Pittsburgh, hard-nosed linebacker. Brandon Williams out of Baltimore, 33 years old. Will Fuller, Brian Bulaga, Ryan Fitzpatrick, I think, is pretty much retired at this point. Eric Flowers, the Merc that the Giants drafted out of Washington, he's kind of rounding into a better player. Dante Hightower, and Anthony Barr. Now, see, Anthony Barr is a guy that I would like the Raiders to take a flyer on. And to be quite honest with you, the reason why is because Anthony Barr has been hurt. He had the COVID year, and Anthony Barr has a lot still left in the tank. And I think our linebacker group might be our weakest positional group on this team. You know, the group of the team that I'm most concerned about is our linebackers and our secondary. Hyperbolic Raider. Hey, Wasted. A lot of Raiders in the fan base been talking about hoping the Raiders trade for Jesse Bates since he doesn't plan to play on the franchise tag. Listen, Jesse Bates is one of the best safeties in football. And if we do trade for Jesse Bates, we would have one of the best safety duos in the National Football League immediately with him coming in. The problem is what's the cost? What we got to realize is that we haven't won anything yet. We've kind of won the offseason in some people's minds, but we haven't won anything yet, and we can't mortgage our future for high-priced, high-tag players. So it all depends on what it would take to get Jesse Bates in. Now, if that means a first-round pick, I don't know if I'm willing to part with that at this point in time because, you know, we would hope that Derek Carr plays well. We will hope that we have a great season, but if he doesn't, are you willing to give up a first-round pick knowing that you might have to draft a quarterback, right? What happens if we're one player away on the line and there's a guy that's available at the place that we're supposed to be, or a guy in the secondary that we might have to draft at corner or something like that? So even though Jesse Bates is one of the best young safeties in football, I'm not willing to give up a first-round pick for Jesse Bates, and that's probably what it would take. And Jesse Bates, as Joseph Soto said, Jesse Bates doesn't make us a Super Bowl contender for his price tag. And that's something that we got to realize because the man that does make us a Super Bowl contender is already on our roster and he hasn't gotten paid. And that man's name is Darren Waller. So we got to take a look out for that, man. We got to take a look out for that, man. Jesse Bates is a great young safety. I would love to have him on his roster, but it has to be the right scenario for him getting here. The Bengals won't take less than a 2. A 2, you know what? To be quite honest with you, for as weak as our safety group is, they can have a second-round pick, and I'd bring in Jesse Bates. The thing is that what does that contract look like? Can we absorb that contract based off of all of the players that we've signed and all of the people that we might have to sign? Wait a minute, here we go. Bill Gates. Wasted, my brother. Can at some point you speak on the AFC West season record predictions? Are we finished 10-7, sweeping the Queefs, or what? Now, I've already done this. I'll do it again, man, because, it's something good to talk about on a Sunday, man. We're waiting for training camp. There's a lot going on. I, for one, think that this is the year because we're in not by for any other reason because we're due. We're due to sweep the Chiefs. I think we might split with the Chargers, but I think we're going to sweep the Chiefs. I strongly believe that. I believe that this roster and this defense is built to beat the Chiefs. I really do. And the one thing that we need to keep in mind is that the best quarterback and coach combination in the division is still in Kansas City. So, rumors about their demise is greatly exaggerated. They're still going to be around, but I just think some of the things that we've done at linebacker, and I think Patrick Graham kind of having a formula for them on defense is going to really, really help us beat the Chiefs. And I think that the Chiefs did themselves no favors by getting rid of the Honey Badger, or as I would like to call the Honey Badger. Van City Raider, my dude, what's good with you, brother? What is the deal, man? Raider Carlos, what's up, bro? Jay Filon, man, you in here, you in the place to be, man. I appreciate you for pulling up, yo. Mr. Took Your Soul. Bates isn't what it would cost to get him. Now, see, Mr. Took Your Soul, what you got to realize is that we don't know what it'll take to get Jesse Bates. We don't know. We don't know. If it's a second-round pick, I think it's worth it. If his contract kind of fits into the mold of what we have going forward to re-sign some of our young players that we want to keep on the roster. I mean, because pretty much, look, we got Max taken care of. That was the most important thing. The one thing that's not growing on trees in the National Football League is pass rushers, right? We got a young pass rusher that's homegrown. You got to keep him. Took care of Hunter Renfrow. Devontae Adams is taken care of for the foreseeable future. He's good to go. Derek Carr, we have a golden parachute to get out of his contract, but he seems content. The only thing Derek Carr seems to be worried about besides contract money is winning, right? So people have been taken care of. Colton Miller, his contract will be coming up soon. We got to see what we have in Colton Miller. Colton Miller's still a guy that is not as much of a question mark as people would say. And I want to get into a little bit later some of the publications kind of disrespecting Colton Miller and putting him outside of the top 10 in left tackles. I think a lot of it's because of, the drive-by media loves doing that to the Raiders. They love disrespecting the Raiders, and they love disrespecting guys on our roster. And I think the fact that we're changing to a power scheme, a lot of people are doubting Colton Miller. But I think Colton Miller is a guy who we can depend on at left tackle. And I think he's a top 10 player at that position. Van City Raider, Jesse Bates and Trayvon Marring roaming the backfield together would be fire. That's a fact right there, brother. Like, if we can get two players like that in their early 20s, man, to play together for the foreseeable future, that would be a great thing for the Raiders. The only thing is what would it cost? What would it cost? And are the Cincinnati Bengals, who were a couple of plays away from winning the championship, really that foolish to part with a guy like that? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Mike Brown is known as one of the cheapest owners in professional sports. I can see Mike Brown doing some dumb shit like that. I really can. Especially based off of the way they drafted, too. They drafted that kid out of Michigan. So, I can see that being a possibility. Raider Hippie, only 20 likes. Hit that button. Thank you, brother. You heard the man. Get wasted with your brother. Wasted. Mr. Took Your Soul. Miller has gotten better every year, and that's a fact. But see, Miller gets better every year until the year that he doesn't. Now, we got to look at that, too. We got to look at that. Well, let's hope that this changes scheme, Colton Miller can roll with those punches, right? Now, everybody, getting back to this, right? So what we got to do is we got to look at who's still available and who I think would be, and you guys tell me who you guys think would be like a added guy on this roster. Now, earlier today, I pulled up on Docs' live. Shout out to my brother Docs. And, I was saying that we need another starting level corner. Now, when I say starting level, I mean a guy who has been an established starter in the National Football League. He doesn't necessarily need to start for me, but I want to have options based off of the way Patrick Graham plays defense. Patrick Graham is the kind of coach where he throws multiple fronts at you. He throws different looks at you. What you see from week 1, you won't see week 2, you won't see week 3. I think Patrick Graham formulates his defense similar to the way the New England Patriots does, and it goes for a week-by-week matchup basis. So you want to have guys that can fill multiple different roles, right? And then you also want to have guys that you can plug and play, that are smart enough, that have been around the league and played a lot of football to plug in. Now, I love having young, athletic players, right? But it's also good to have some veterans in that locker room who have seen a lot of different scenarios, right? So to me, the guys that I'm trying to bring in, man, is Xavier Rhodes and or Trey Wayne. Now, Trey Wayne is not an older guy. He's only 29 years old. He's from, the Cincinnati Bengals. He was pretty decent, but he's a starting level cornerback. And Xavier Rhodes has been, one of the better players in football, for a long time. And I know he's getting long in the tooth, but it's not bad having a guy like that on your roster that's a pro. We saw that last year with Casey Hayward. There were a lot of teams who didn't swing and didn't bite on Casey Hayward because they didn't think he had anything left. And look what he did. He showed everybody because he was in the right scenario situation, man. Yoji Mitsu, this anticipation is killing me softly, bruh. Yo, from your lips to God's, it's killing me, bro. I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. I can't wait to training camp. Kyle Ho, hello, Wasted in Raider Nation. What is the deal, yo? Sinister Rain, my guy, man. Thank you for pulling up, yo. Thank y'all for pulling up on the Sunday. I know you guys could be anywhere in the world and you choose to be here with Wasted, and that is a great, great thing, man. I appreciate y'all dearly. Auntie Six, Wasted, who's the best run blocking running back on the roster right now? Well, it's got to be our fullback, Jacob Johnson. I mean, he's not a running back, but he's a fullback. He is a terrific blocker. He's a terrific lead blocker. Now, if we're going to talk about running back, then we got to look at our man, Brandon Bolden. Brandon Bolden is a great pass catcher, but he's an adequate run blocker. Now, Josh Jacobs is normally used to being a lead rusher, but so I've never really seen what he does as far as blocking. But Jacob Johnson is a monster. He's a monster blocker, man. Jacob, that is one of the reasons why I'm so happy that we brought him in. Even though we got rid of one of my favorites in Alex Ingold, if we were going to get rid of Alex Ingold, he's one of the only guys that I'm okay with it about. You think it's bad that we haven't extended Waller? I don't think it's a big deal. Riso, you know what, man? I'm on the fence because if Darren Waller does what I think he could do playing with a Devontae Adams and not having people being able to bracket him the way that they've been the last few seasons, we're going to have a Joe Crack the Don situation if he breaks out the way he did previously, man.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
And that's what we're going to have. We are going to have to pay the piper. And I would prefer for us to give us a contract that he agrees on that gives us an out if he doesn't play up to snuff. Because listen, the one thing about Darren Waller that kind of concerns me a bit, because he was hurt last year, is if he's ever able to get back to the level that he was at. Now, there was a list that was going around. I think it might have been ESPN, where they were ranking the best tight ends of football, and they had Darren Waller ranked at 3. Now, while I don't disagree, because I'm a huge Raider fan and I like Darren Waller, and I know the talent level that he has, listen, there are other guys that have something to say about that in this league. Guys like Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews has been consistent. Darren Waller hasn't had that level of consistency, right? I mean, so let's really see. We don't know. I think if you're going to have anybody earn their contract, I have no problem with Darren Waller earning their contract. But just be mindful, we might not be able to afford him. Let me get to some of these comments, though, man. Y'all are lit up in him. I appreciate y'all, bro. Devontae Adams is not a Raider without DC, period. Anyone who thinks differently is an idiot. And that's a fact, bro. DeMarcus Webb, Jack Rabbit, or Rhodes. And those are the two guys that I had. Those are the two guys, and Trey Waynes. Those are the two guys. Listen, even though Jack Rabbit didn't play well last year at all, Xavier Rhodes played a lot better than Jack Rabbit last year. I know Jack Rabbit still got something left in the tank, and it'd be good to have a guy like that on the roster just in case somebody goes down, man. Because I'm going to be honest with you, man. I get a little concerned with Trayvon Mullen, man. Trayvon Mullen hasn't really been able to stay healthy lately, man. He has that issue with his toe, and that doesn't just go away. I hope he's healthy and ready to roll, man. Wasted, what do you think of Trey Waynes? And that's Anthony Provenzio, man. Thank you. Shout out for you. Bro, I like Trey Waynes, bro. That was the guy that I named when we first started this. I don't know if you were in here, man, but I like Trey Waynes, man. I have long been a fan of Trey Waynes, man. He's the kind of guy, man, that I would love to have here, just waiting just in case somebody goes down. Now, the guys that we have here are guys that I'm excited about. But Trey Waynes, ever since he was taken out of Michigan State, I've been a fan of, bro. The Minnesota Vikings first round pick, man, 11th overall pick in 2015, man. He spent some time with the Cincinnati Bengals. And if you look at some of his years, his Bengals years weren't as great as his Vikings years, man. His Bengals years weren't as good, man. And what we got to do is, I want to go back and pull up some of his numbers for the Cincinnati Bengals, man. His career NFL statistics are 252 tackles, 1 sack, 42 pass deflections, 7 picks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, man. So he's had a pretty decent starting career, man. A pretty decent starting career. And when Wayne's entered training camp as a starting quarterback with Mike Zimmer and Xavier Rhodes, that tandem was damn good in Minnesota, man. Damn good. Now, when he went to the Bengals, man, he got the big money and his play kind of fell off a little bit. And he's been released by the Bengals this March. But, if you really, really look at it, man, he's a guy that I can have here, and he's a guy that we can sit there and kind of lean on just in case somebody goes down, because we know that he could play at a starting level in this league. Kyle Holt, Xavier Rhodes, no doubt, veteran leadership. And, we need that, man. We need that, brother. Wasted, please speak on how the D is built to beat the Queefs. Remember, the Bucs did that and clowned them in the Super Bowls. Good pass rush, tough secondary, looks like ours. And that's a fact, because we got a lot of guys that are press man guys, too. So a lot of times when Patrick Mahomes has a lot of press man looks and everybody's bracketed, and then if you have the kind of guys that we have on the outside, Patrick Mahomes is not really going to have a lot of room to toss the ball around and make some of those spectacular throws, man. We have guys that have, if they keep good gap discipline, we get pressure up the middle, like I think we're going to get, because we have a lot of young, defensive tackles that are going to be healthy. Patrick Graham, the way that he does his formations, he cycles guys in and out. You're going to have a lot of guys that are healthy and ready to get that pressure on Patrick Mahomes up the middle. Now, Getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes up the middle and taking away Travis Kelce are the biggest things. And us having Javon Brown and some of the guys we have, Devon Diablos of the world, the Merrings of the world, you know what I mean? I think that Travis Kelce is going to have a time with the Raiders this year. He's feasted on us. I'm not going to lie. Travis Kelce has killed us over the years. But I think we have a defense that's going to help keep that guy in check. My brother Jack Kenner with the $2 donation, man. Thank you, man. At Auntie Six. Your Dodgers always fade out. Same as the Lakers. Oh, man, here y'all go with that baseball stuff. We're going to have a Joe Crack situation if another tight end gets a big pay raise. And you know what's going to wind up happening, bro? I think Kyle Pitts is going to be the guy to reset the market. You know, Kyle Pitts is a guy who's probably after this year, you know, if Mariota, because Mariota loves throwing at tight ends. Kyle Pitts is probably going to be the best tight end in football. Kyle Pitts has, I mean, geez, man, he has Tony Gonzalez level talent. I mean, he's that good. And Kyle Pitts is a guy that when he gets his money, he's going to reset the market. And I think we kind of need to do something about that. Van City Raider, yup, agreed. We have our starters. We just need someone in case those guys go down. And that's pretty much where I'm coming from. Another guy I've had my eye on is a guy like Anthony Barr. And not to pick apart the Vikings' old defense, but Anthony Barr is another guy that I've had my eye on, man. Like, I think our linebacker group is decent, but we need some more depth there, man. We need some more depth. That's one part of our team that we didn't really address in the draft and in free agency. And I would really love us to bring some of these guys in. Marco Legacy, Rodriguez. Hey, Wasted, can you talk about the possibility of Linval Joseph? Listen, I haven't heard any rumors, but there should be a distinct possibility if Ndamukong Suh is not brought in, because what we definitely know is we need a veteran presence on that defensive line that's been productive. Now, if you're going to talk about Ndamukong Suh not coming home, Linval Joseph is the next best thing in Ndamukong Suh. And Linval Joseph is a guy even though he's, listen, and Linval Joseph is a really good player, man, but he's not Ndamukong Suh. But the funny thing about that is, though, I think Linval Joseph might have a little bit left in the tank. As we can see here, I'm going to try to bring up Linval Joseph's numbers right now. And also, he's a former Charger. We seem to have a lot of freaking luck with former Chargers. Now, Linval Joseph last year with the Chargers, man, 14 games played. Oh, geez, I'm sorry, guys. Let me go back. Okay, listen. So, yeah, 551 snaps last year. He took 47% of the snaps for the Chargers. He had 1 sack. 57 tackles, so he was stout against the run based off of the amount of snaps he had. 27 assistant tackles, 30 tackles. Stout up the middle last year. Stout up the middle. And he's a run-stopping kind of defensive tackle. We have a lot of those on our roster, but just his veteran presence is a guy that, you know, I feel like would benefit us a lot, man. Auntie Six, thank you for the $2 donation. Jack, I can't hear you. We are 13 games ahead. Oh, shit. Y'all talking that baseball hate up in here, man. I love it, man. But yeah, Linval Joseph is I haven't heard anything, and I'm not going to get up here and I'm not going to be a guy. Like, I think that that's a guy that we should definitely look at, man. But I haven't heard him attached to the Raiders on like nowhere. I haven't heard anything about that. So Linval Joseph is definitely a guy that I would like us to bring in. But I've heard the only guy that I've heard us bringing in is really Ndamukong Suh. And the reason why I would prefer Ndamukong Suh, even though he's older, is the pass rushing aspect of his game. We need a guy that gets pressure up the middle, I would think, man. My brother, Jack Kenner, thank you for the $5 donation, bro. Saying it now, the Raiders win the West and the potential Super Bowl champions this year. Next year, the cap will hurt our Raiders, no doubt. Be real Raiders. And that's my thing. See, Jack, I think that we're in a situation where we need to capitalize on everything we do, bro. This freaking year. We need to make sure that this year we swing for the fences, man. We definitely need to, man. Because let me tell you something. There is a window that is opening, and we got to seize the day, man. We got to seize the day because the Chiefs have reloaded in our face. Nobody's talking about it, but the Chiefs drafted well, and some of these kids are going to play great, and they're going to play at a Pro Bowl level, and then you're going to have another super team over there. We got to come in there, and we got to build our dominance over the Chiefs immediately. It's time. It's time, man. Let me get back to some of these. Man, thank you for the super Jack. Yo, thank you for Jack, Auntie Six, all of y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats, man. I really, really appreciate it, man. Yo, it goes a long way into helping the channel, man, and make this Raider Nation Unlimited thing go along, man, because we want to be active out here in the world, man, and I really, really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Kyle, that's right. Y'all heard the man. Get these likes up, man. Wasted, could you put the membership link up? Van City, I'm going to get it, bro. I'm going to get it. I'm going to send it to you, bro. I don't want to go out, but I'll get it from my YouTube page. Let me put up another window, and I'll put it in there, bro. Title Raider, what's good, bro? All love and respect, man. Yo, good. Yo, bro, I hope to see you, man, at some of the games this year, man. It was good chopping it up with you in Vegas, bro. Why is that we're being so quiet with free agents now? Justin Lawson, I don't think that we're being quiet. I think everybody in the league is being quiet. I mean, you kind of got to see what you have on the roster first before you go out there shopping. You got to take care of home first. You got to go out there and see what you have. None of these guys have put pads on. You got to see what's in the building first, man. You do. And I'm glad they're doing it that way instead of just going out there and running out and signing people, and then they're going to want to, I noticed a lot with the previous regime, they would sign these veteran players and we get excited, and then before camp was over, they'd be cut. And you'd be like, damn, why they even bring them in? You got to see what you got in your young players first, man. And I'm going to tell you something. I prefer that kind of a school of thought. And also, when you wait to bring these guys in, you don't overspend for guys that you might not going to use. R. Vega, Justin Cook, tight end, sign Waller, go get JPP. R. Vega, that would be great, right? Now, Jared Cook, man, is a guy that's been here. I think we're kind of good with the receiving tight ends, man. There's one tight end that we have not brought up that is available, because it seems to me that we are looking for a competent blocking tight end. And there's a guy that was a former Raider who's a little long in the tooth. I don't know how much football this man has left in him that's available. But this man's name, we got to go back to Spot Track, right? Shout out to Spot Track. The man that we got to go back to is Lee Smith. Lee Smith is still available, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't heard anything. Spot Track has him as being an available free agent. I could be wrong. But Lee Smith, I mean, how good of a job did Lee Smith do here with our Raiders when he was here previously, man? Lee Smith was like almost like having another tackle on the field. He's such a damn good blocker. Like his last action in Atlanta, he played pretty well. He did great. He didn't get a whole lot of snaps last year. And that's the thing. He had 311 snaps. Buffalo, he played great in Buffalo. But 311 snaps last year is more than some of the years that he played with us. You know what I mean? He played all 16 games. He started 6 games. You know what I mean? He had 9 receptions, 65 receiving yards. That's really not primarily what you're looking for Lee Smith for. But let me tell you something. Lee Smith is a guy that I would not have a problem with the Raiders bringing in if he didn't retire or not. Okay, wait a minute. Now, y'all got me. Quentin Booker, he retired. Okay. So I didn't get that memo. Pardon me, y'all. I did not get that memo. I am so sorry for that. Lee Smith retired. DeMarcus Webb. Look at your boy Wasted. Fucking up. You going to the Nashville? Okay. Okay, bro. All right, y'all. That's my bad, y'all. That's my bad. Because I'm looking out there. I'm like, damn, we trying to sign all of these blocking tight ends, man. We trying to sign all these blocking tight ends. Like, why not bring one of the best in the business at that? So Lee Smith is no longer available. Spot Track has failed me yet again. Next year, we won't be able to afford him. And see, the thing about Darren Waller is not just a luxury item. I know a lot of people think that Darren Waller is like this luxury item because we have Devontae Adams now. We got Hunter Renfrow. But I think the thing about our offense that makes it nuclear and unstoppable is the fact that we do have, our guy there, Darren Waller, man. Oh, my guy's in the place. Kenneth Bryant, what's up, big bro? How are you, man? The 202 is in the house, man. We got a legend in the place to be, man. But, yo, listen, man, Jared Cook, cooked us every time we played the Chargers. Yo, a lot of tight ends cook us, man. So we can't really look at that. You know what I mean? A lot of tight ends, for some reason, the Raiders, man, we have not been great at, guarding a tight end. That's going back before John Gruden got here. Even when Del Rio was there, we had a problem with the tight ends, man. Yo, Raider Maniacs, what's the deal? That's right, brother. Jay Fallon, they definitely, we trying to build a dynasty, man. I hope we're building a dynasty, but we got to strike while the iron is hot. And a lot of times, for you to get that dynasty kind of feel, if you go back to like the 94, 95 49ers, or you go back to the Buccaneers championship, the last championship they had with Brady, they had a lot of guys who were veterans who played around football on their roster. So when people would go down, they would just go from one vet to the next. That's how you got to build teams in the National Football League right now, man. Waller. I think Waller will get a deal done before next year. They'd rather pay him now. The thing is Darren Waller taking the Kirk Cousins kind of school of thought and betting on himself? Because if he's doing that, it's going to get costly, man. My brother, man, what's the deal, man? Ready to earn, man. What's the deal with you, bro? I'm cooling, man. Out here getting wasted with my brothers in here, man, talking some Raider football, man. I ain't been on in a while. I got to get it done. Cook is available. Go get him now. But see, the thing about Cook, dude, we got like 10 tight ends on the roster, man. We got to you know what I mean? We got a lot of young guys on this roster that we got to see what we got with him. And not for nothing, listen, Foster Moreau is a guy that I'm looking to have a breakout season. I think Foster Moreau could start on probably 27 other NFL teams, man. So don't forget about the fact that we got Foster Moreau. I mean, for me, as far as receiving tight ends, I think Darren Waller and Foster Moreau is good enough for me. I really do. I'm kind of cool. Like, if I'm going to go out and go make a move in free agency, I'm bringing in somebody in a whole nother position group than tight ends. We got too many tight ends, man. If we're going to do anything, I would rather us pay a tight end and pay Darren Waller. That's what I would rather us do. Pay that man now, bro. Westside Sports Radio. Getting ready for this last dry special for the green light in August, bro. That is a fact. Me too, man. That is a fact, bro. I'm waiting, man. Mr. Took Your Soul. Foster's going to have a good year. I think Foster Moreau, and I had him as one of my videos, and y'all need to check it out. I got my make or break series. It's the 10 players or factors that are going to make or break the Raiders season. I have Foster Moreau is one of the biggest ones. Foster Moreau is going to be a guy that is going to do and take some of those kind of like secondary snaps and kind of make this team dynamic, man. Foster Moreau is a guy, man, and I'm really dependent on him to open things up because, look, man, Darren Waller is going to get a lot of attention. Devontae Adams is going to get a lot of attention. Hunter Renfrow is going to get a lot of attention. It's going to be guys like Keelan Cole, Foster Moreau that are going to have some of the best matchups. And they're going to have to produce because Derek Carr is the kind of quarterback where a lot of times he does get emotional and he forces the ball to guys he has a rhythm with. But when he's protected, Derek Carr is a systematic tactician when he can get time and he can throw to the best guy. And if Foster Moreau could be one-on-one with a linebacker, man, that's something you want to do every time, man. Jack Kenner, thank you for the $5 donation, bro. I wasted. Can the cap be moved to next year? Ask every content creator the same. Auntie Six, the world thinks the Dodgers are donkeys. He. Yo, there's a lot of moves that you can make and you could put on next year's cap. But the problem is that there are some players that are going to have to get paid next year's cap. And that's the thing you don't want to do. The way that they have things like kind of scheduled is that a lot of our big cap numbers are going to hit next year. So you don't really want to do that. You definitely don't want to do that, man. You want to kind of take advantage now and pay up front now. Could we possibly make Drake a joker type of player, move him anywhere, running back, wide receiver? That might be a nice secret weapon. Yeah, because Kenyon Drake is one of the better receivers in football out of the running back position. But to be quite honest with you, Ern, I want to see Kenyon Drake get more touches. I think that John Gruden had a tendency not to go with the hot hand when Kenyon Drake was rolling. I want to see Kenyon Drake get more touches. Kenyon Drake is a monster, man. Let the man eat. If he's the guy that's kind of moving the chains, let's not force feed this whole Josh Jacobs situation. Let's not do that. Andy Provinzio, Foster disappointed me see, I don't think so, bro. I think Foster Moreau shined. If you look at Foster Moreau's best games, they were when Darren Waller got hurt. And Foster Moreau was an integral part in us winning that Browns game and winning that Broncos game. He made some clutch catches, man. And Foster Moreau has an 85% catch for targets. So when you throw the ball to him, he catches the football. I think Foster Moreau did great, man. Raider Ray, man, my guy, man. Thank you. Shout out to you, my brother, Raider Ray. He said, shout out to Wasted in the chat. Thank you, my bro. See, Chowder, Foster, what you got to say this is, Foster Moreau, when he has played excellent, based off of the amount of stats and the amount of time he's been on the field. Foster Moreau is playing with one of the better tight ends in football, bro. So you can't really say he hasn't improved. In 2021, he had 31 receptions, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a 12.4 yard catch average. And he played great in games when we needed him the most, man. He played great, man. You can't say that. And if you really look at it, right? So Foster Moreau as a rookie, 21 receptions, 5 touchdowns, right? He got hurt 2020. 2021, played 17 games, 30 receptions. A lot of other starting tight ends in the league didn't do the damage that Foster Moreau did based off of the amount of snaps he had. I think that Foster Moreau is a guy that all he needs to do is just be able to play more and get more targets. Because a lot of times when he's in the game, they're using him as primarily a blocker when Darren Waller is there. Darren Waller was our number one target. And you got to understand that. Darren Waller's our number one target, and we kind of force-fed the ball to Hunter Renfrow too. So Foster Moreau doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but when he does, he seizes the moment. Let me get up to some of these chats, man. DC is an assassin. I agree with you, Wasted. With your take, what's my take on right tackle? Yo, if we're solid or great, they're gonna get real ugly for defenses, and that's right. If we're solid at right tackle. Salute my bro Terrence, man. What's up? Yo, Foster was balling against Philly too. Y'all sleeping on my boy Foster Moreau. Y'all need to go back and look at some of that tape, bro. Mike S. Yes, he had a few costly drops. Yes, he did. In the Pittsburgh game, he fumbled but he had some big catches too. See, we can't just take the drops and forget about some of the big first downs he had. I'm telling you, he won that Browns game for us. He had a big first down in that Browns game. We almost lost. He caught the first down to get us in the field goal range for us to hit that field goal, and he did the same thing on Denver the next week. So I'm telling you, man, Foster Moreau's a guy that I'm really looking for, man. Yo, Boss Raider, that's right, man. Foster does things that don't go on the stat board. You are absolutely right, man. Absolutely right, man. Boosting with E. When Foster has the ball, I clinch. When I think he's going to get hit, I'm looking like he's going to fumble. I don't think so, man. I think Foster Moreau is going to get a lot better. I think a lot of it is the fact that he does not get a lot of targets. The more targets, the more productive he'll be. Sean Johnson, everything is all gravy, baby. Appreciate you for pulling up. Wasted. If Drake balls out, do you think we keep him? I think he has a big cap number. I think we keep him if he's willing to play ball and renegotiate. I think John Gruden and them kind of overpaid him for him being a second running back. D. Brown, you tweaking. Foster's not trash, brother. Foster will excel in Josh McDaniel's system, and that's a fact. I think Foster Moreau can have the same impact that Aaron Hernandez had, to be quite honest with you. Look for a show this week. Raider Ray. That's right. That's right, man. Shout out to you for pulling up, Raider Ray. Appreciate you, dog. Jack Kennedy. Everyone in the chat needs to subscribe to Raider Ray. Wait a minute, yo. Everybody in the chat needs to subscribe to me, too. Hey, man, I'm on a race to 5,000. If you're not subscribed, do your thing. Hit that button, baby. Yo, everyone, long time no see. Panthers rule. What's the deal, my brother? Appreciate you for pulling up, man. Yo, Ern, that's because you're right. Foster he's not fumble prone, bro. Everybody fumbles. You know who's fumble prone? Derek Carr's actually fumble prone. Derek Carr fumbles a lot. Foster Moreau's not a guy who fumbles a lot. I just think that we don't have a lot of footage of Foster Moreau. We don't have a lot of footage of him not blocking. So one of the main things, one of the best games we played last year was that Pittsburgh game, and we think of that in our mind, and we have Foster kind of circled as a guy who fumbles the football, and I think we would be wrong. Foster is all right. Yo, I think he's more than all right, Anthony Pavenzio. I need for you to go back and look at some Foster Moreau highlights. I need you to go and look at my make or break video, Foster Moreau. And I'm telling you, Foster Moreau is a guy that can come in and really, really be a big plus for us. Like two guys on our offense that are sleeper guys for you fantasy football nuts. We're going to get a lot of fantasy football stuff going on too. Hammer's going to be involved. It's going to be great going forward. But a sleeper to have as a backup tight end is Foster Moreau. I'm telling you right now. And Keelan Cole is another guy. He's another guy, man. Jay Fallon, appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Wasted. If you put the membership link, you'd have a new member, King. Yo, Van City, bro. You know I'm a boomer, bro. I got to go to my channel and find it in a sec, bro. I will, though, dog. Wasted. No, I'm not accepting this guy until he comes into the Raiders. I'm tired of pining after Ndamukong Suh, bro. I'm tired of it. There are other guys out there. They're the Anthony Barrs of the world. We talked about Anthony Barr. We talked about Xavier Rhodes. We talked about Trey Waynes. We talked about Jackrabbit Jenkins. You know, we talked about Linval Joseph. And the last guy that we need to talk about is, Darrell Williams is still available. Now, I firmly believe that we're happy with Alex Leatherwood, but I want to have another fail-safe on the roster. And the thing is that is Darrell Williams, what Darrell Williams has left in the tank, is that better than what Denzel Good has left in the tank? Is Darrell Williams a better player to you? Because if you cut Darrell Williams, you can have a savings of about $4.5 million. And I think you can get Darrell Williams in for that same cap number. So if I had my druthers, I would rather have Darrell Williams than Denzel Good. I'd get rid of Denzel Good and bring in Darrell Williams to see how these young guys develop around. And if not, you have a stone cold lead pipe starter in Darrell Williams. Wait a minute. Let me get to some of these. Salutations, Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi William. Salutations. Kenny, what's up? Salute Raider Nation. Hit that like button for Wasted. Y'all heard the man. Westside Sports Radio, my man Ern. Facts about Suh Wasted. I'll believe in and support it when I eventually see it. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Anthony Pavenzio, that's right. Yo, Anthony Barr is a baller. He's a guy that was getting compared to Khalil Mack early in his career. Has had some injuries, hasn't played a whole lot. I think he has something left in the tank. He's a guy that we can get on the cheap, and you know that he started and can play. And we need help at linebacker. And he's a guy that can play linebacker. He can play with his hands on the ground. Listen, I'd rather have him than Dante Hightower. I'm not going to lie to you. DK, my guy. Foster needs to take that step up, and we won't have to debate it. And that's the thing. See, a lot of these guys, this is the year, man. Yo, carpe diem, yo. These guys got to seize the day. They have to come up and they got to step up, and we have to address some of our needs on this team internally. We can't always go outside of the building to get some of these guys. So I'll be happy with that, man. Foster Moreau, preparation needs to meet his potential. Not saying he doesn't get ready for games, but he needs to go the extra mile. A lot of shots are going to be taken towards him this season. That's right, Raider John. And I wasn't always convinced that Foster Moreau knew his playbook. I've seen a lot of times where Derek Carr was going off on him. So, yo, they say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Hopefully he's lucky this season. Williams gets whooped by a speed rusher. He kept shuffling him all over the line after we drafted him. Which Williams are we talking about, brother? My train of thought is a little off, man. I agree. Good. Got to go. My opinion, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. At Wasted. Back up. You getting rid of Denzel Good? I like Denzel Good. But for Darrell Williams, I would get rid of I would get rid of Denzel Good and keep the kids. I would. I think Williams is a better player than Denzel Good at this point. And the reason why is because Denzel Good is a guy that I'm really high on. But the thing is, I always get leery with 300-pounders that are coming off of lower extremity injuries. You know what I mean? Who knows how he's going to play? And he's getting up there too. So I'd rather have a healthy Darren Williams that I know is healthy and ready to roll than Denzel Good. My opinion, Barr might be a good signing. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Why not, man? Why not? Give me Barr and Beckham and let's go. Dub, I don't even bring up Odell because I don't know if Odell's healthy. But, bruh, if we could have Odell Beckham Jr. be that Z, oh, my God. Oh, my God. You think that the freaking Rams did some work. You imagine what we would do with that? Oh, my God, man. My top 5, and this is the official producer of Raider Nation Unlimited, Sean Johnson. So when he talks, I listen. My top 5 remaining free agent, and look at wasted, is not Suh. It's Kevin King. Quan Alexander is another name I forgot about, to be honest with you. Darrell Williams, Anthony Barr, and Xavier Rhodes. Damn, that's a stone cold lead pipe fact. We haven't talked about Quan Alexander. We do need help. I'm telling you, we need another linebacker or two. I think that's our weakest position group. And I think the way Patrick Graham runs his defense, you need linebackers who are versatile. You need linebackers that can rush the passer. You need linebackers that can stop that run, man. You need guys you can move all around the field. We need another linebacker or two. We need another safety. I'm telling you. Real talk. We need a quality center, a very good right tackle, and a number 1 corner. If we do that, it's a Super Bowl. Kenny, if we do that, we're the best team in football, hands down. So it's kind of like, you know, if that was the case, we'd already know we'd be, you know, probably the most talented roster in football. So for us to get there, we have to kind of, you know, take some chances to get there. Maybe we do have a very good right tackle on our roster in Alex Leatherwood, but we got to take some chances, right? Because they're not just growing on trees. A number 1 corner, man, maybe one of these kids can be a number 1 corner. And as far as a quality center, Kenny, I'm going to be honest with you. Andre James can be a quality center if he gets stronger. Andre James needs to go to Balco with Barry Bonds. He needs to go get all the juice that A-Rod used. He needs to talk to Lee Haney and get all of the juice he can. Cycle, get stronger, go to work. Nah, man. Andre James can play if he gets stronger. He can't be getting dominated like he was when he had a nose tackled over him last year. Now, Andre James played well in that zone scheme, but in the power scheme, who knows how he plays in that. Even though Andre James, people say he's too small, when he's actually bigger than Rodney Hudson is. It's just that Rodney Hudson is a pit bull. He's a bull at center, man. He's just getting older. So I want to see if Andre James has made any strides with his strength. Why do you think we haven't signed Rhodes? Because I think they want to see what they have on the roster. I'm going to be honest with you. I like the way they're approaching free agency. I think the closer you get to the season starting, people's prices come down. They got to check their pride at the door. You know, you have some guys like Ndamukong Suh who has kind of solidified his NFL legacy, and he doesn't have to play to be considered a Hall of Famer. He doesn't have to play. I mean, he's pretty much done everything he can possibly do in his career at this point. He's won a Super Bowl. You know, he's had a Hall of Fame level career, I would say, at defensive tackle. He's made all the money. He's great with money. Ndamukong Suh doesn't have to play another snap in the National Football League. It's just got to make sense for him personally, financially. But guys like Xavier Rhodes and guys like that, I think these guys need to play this year. I really do. I think they're waiting. They're waiting. They're not getting their number, but the closer you get to camp, you're going to see some of these guys that are quality players signed for a half-eaten sandwich and a grape C&C soda, man. Jack Kenner with the $2 donation. Thank you, brother. Nation, I don't care. The money needs to go to Waller. And that's a fact, Jack Kenner. That's a guy that we know is a superstar guy that we had on this roster, that we kind of made his career, and he's a homegrown Raider. The thing about that, Jack Kenner, is that I get concerned with Darren Waller because I don't exactly know what I'm going to get from Darren Waller. I think I know what I'm going to get. I think I've seen enough of him being dynamic and stuff like that, but I don't know for a fact that Darren Waller's ever going to reach the heights that he reached the previous year before his injury. So we got to see how he responds to that, and I think that that's a smart thing to do because, listen, you can sign him in the middle of the season if you see his season is trending in the right direction, man. You definitely can. Yo, thank y'all, man. We got over 120 in the room watching, man. Thank y'all. Get wasted on me, man. Nobody has said anything about Trayvon Muller's health status. They said it was a minor injury. He should be ready before camp. I think camp will let us know what we have in Trayvon Mullen. If he's there from day one, we know we're good to go, and hopefully he can get healthy and get better and improve, man. Courtney Garrett, we don't need another safety. We need to have some guys, great guys at safety. We just need to use them. Courtney Garrett, I think we do need another safety, bro, because you got guys that you guys are saying like Devon Diablo. Devon Diablo has a lot of talent. He played really great in college. I love his tape from college, but we don't know what we have in Devon Diablo. We don't have a lot of proven commodities. So we got Trayvon Merrick, right? We have Deron Harmon, the closer. We have Jonathan Abram, who is a guy who's pretty much a will linebacker. He's a box safety. He's a guy, if you have a 3-high safety look, that you can use and put him down low. And he's a guy that plays downfield, but nobody's ever going to mistake Jonathan Abram as a starting caliber strong safety. You know what I mean? Now, maybe he can prove me wrong and make that ascension. But even in college, he had issues with coverage. So you don't normally improve to the level that he needs to keep him out in the field all the time. So for me, I don't know. You know what I mean? I just know that if Jonathan Abram does improve like that, great. I'm all for it. He's a first-round pick. I like Jonathan Abram. I love his attitude. I love his aggressiveness. But chances are he won't. So what are your other options? You know what I mean? So if you're talking about Gillespie, you know what I mean? If you're talking about Gillespie, then what are we talking about? Now, I said Devon Diablo. I got them mixed up. He's a linebacker. My bad. But if you're talking Gillespie, man, you know, we don't know what we have in him. We need to have another proven commodity in the locker room at safety. I just believe, man. 125 viewers. Go smash that like button for my man Wasted. Thank you, Raider Ray. Appreciate you, dog. Big Mike, what it is? Balco, haven't heard that in a while. Not Balco, but yeah. Hey, yo, Erd, remember Barry Bonds went from being like a fucking, 35 homer guy, slap hitter to, I mean, Barry Bonds was already a Hall of Famer, man, but he went from being, a Hall of Fame player to a video game cheat. It was unbelievable, man. But yeah, Barry Bonds, yo, bro, he was looking like he looked like one of those guys down in Mardi Gras with the big head. Pause. Yo, James needs to hang out with Steve Latimer. Y'all tweaking. What up, Raider Casper? I think Mullen used his surgery to buy time for him getting exposed before the offseason starts. Courtney Garrett, I think that Mullen had a nagging injury last year, and I think he addressed it earlier. That's what I think. I think Mullen is a guy that had they not wanted him, they'd have cut him, bro. Then they would have went out there and addressed that issue. I think Mullen is a guy that they have in their plans. I really do. We just need to bolster our defense and solidify right tackle, Justin Lawson. And, bro, those are two things that need to happen, but they're not as easy as we make it sound. Like, some of these guys, we got to go out there and get the right fit. There are a lot of guys who have played well previously, but the thing about it is when we bring them to the Raiders, we have to make sure that we're bringing the right guy into the building, bro. We have to. That is the main thing. So I like, a lot of people try to make this like little connection between guys who have played for the Patriots and guys that have connections to some of these coaches. But what we need to do is see what we have in the building first, recognize if there's an issue early, and go out there and address it early. And I think that'll be something that will kind of propel us to the next level as a team. What I think about Jaquiski Tartt? Jaquiski Tartt is a guy that he's a better version of Jonathan Abram, bro. I don't want to bring somebody in, man, that isn't like a great cover guy. Because I think that's what we need, man. We need a guy that is a great cover guy. Now, look, man, he's a guy that only has 4 interceptions throughout his 7-year NFL career. You know what I mean? And it's like, he's a great tackler. You know what I mean? When you look at a lot of his pass protection is not his strong suit. So, you know what I mean? It's not that it's not as bad as Abram, but he's not the kind of guy that I'm going to go out there and mortgage the farm for. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. If we could trade a second or a third for Jesse Bates and pair with Marion, that would be a dangerous duo. That definitely would. I would love to see that, bro. I would love to see that. I'm a Clemson fan. I believe that Mullen is the number 1 corner. I believe Mullen has the potential to be that too. I think Mullen is probably our best corner on the roster right now. besides Rocky Sin. I really do, man, because Mullen is a guy, man, that when he playing under Paul Gunther was looking like he was making that ascension to being the number one corner, man. And then he got some nagging injuries. So, man, I'm going to tell you something, man. I would bring him in. Arguably the best tight end in the NFL getting paid less than Pharaoh bum ass. Yeah, I know. That's not going to fly for too long, bro. It's not going to fly. That's why they got to make sure they do the right thing by him. Waller is great, but we need him to be elite in the red zone this year. For whatever reason, he kind of disappoints in the red zone the past few times. But the thing is, Darren Waller can only catch a ball if it's a catchable ball. A lot of that kind of falls on the lap of Derek and the play calling as well. I don't think it's all on Darren Waller, to be honest with you. I think he's going to be great in the red zone this year. If we say we have the best coaches, the coaches should be able to get the players to the right level of play to officially do their jobs, whether it's in coverage, etc. Yeah, man, but the thing is, yo, there's also a talent level. It's not all coaching. See, coaches can only take what's in somebody's tool bag and utilize the tool that they have and help and kind of direct them on how to use those tools that they have available to them. Some of these guys just don't have it in their tool bag, bro. And yo, Quinn Booker, too bad Jaquiski Tartt is an Eagle now. So there that goes, bro. OG Fade, thank you. Somebody brought it up. I got to address it. Wasted. They need to get a slot corner and put the monster Hobbs on. See, yo, and Kenny been saying it a long time, and I think Hobbs has that kind of ability, bro. But I'm just one of these guys where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, he played at an all-pro level in the slot. Now, I think that we have a guy on the roster already, Kenneth, that can play in the slot if we decide to move Hobbs on the outside from time to time. And his name is Amik Robertson. I think Amik Robertson could be a great slot corner for us. He's a dog. He's aggressive. He's a good cover guy. You know what I mean? I just think he's a little short. I think his skill set and his size leads him to be a great slot corner. I would probably keep Amik Robertson and try to see what we have and kind of put our guy Hobbs on the outside and see what he becomes on out there and bring him in. Keep it real, my man. Agreed. That's what I'm talking about. West Side. Bengals are going to show. Oh, Bengals are going to want the farm for Bates. I would want the farm for Bates too. He's one of the best young safeties in football. Yeah, and that's a fact. Hobbs is a guy that we forget, even though he's a rookie last year, yo. I'm not throwing Hobbs out there on Hopkins and Jefferson just yet. I'm just saying, yo, Ern, I don't disagree with you. But would I put him out there on the second wide receiver? Yeah, I would, just to see. Yeah, I'm definitely not putting him on an island like that. Definitely, bro. Stuart Taylor, who do you think is playing center this year? I think Andre James is playing center this year. I mean, I thought Dylan Parham was a guy who could maybe take some snaps away from him. But if you really look at it logically, Dylan Parham is a rookie. You know what I mean? Andre James has been putting the work in. He's the incumbent. So for Dylan Parham to come in here and get those snaps, Andre James has to be Trey Horrible. So I think Dylan Parham is a guy that's probably going to play guard. You know what I mean? But Dylan Parham didn't play a whole lot of center in college either. He's taking some snaps, but I think Andre James is going to be our starting center, man. I had to backtrack on that. When we drafted Parham, I was excited after the draft because of how versatile he is and stuff like that. But now we're getting closer to the season. I haven't heard anything about James being moved. No rumors or nobody, kind of really talking about the snaps that Parham is taking at center. And where there's smoke, there's fire. There's been no smoke on that front, so we got to assume that it's going to be Andre James. Wait, so did you see graphic earlier saying the top 10 in red zone last year, Adams was 5th and Hunter was 7th for PFF? Just saying, yeah, but that was last year. See, to me, I don't go off of that stuff a lot of the times, man. I hope that it's going to happen that way, bro. But this is a whole new situation, man. And that makes me hopeful. That makes me hopeful. We got one of the best play callers in the red zone too, but I got to see it before it happens, right? The thing that's missing in DBs is the DBs. There's 3 number 2s on the team. Hobbs is the number 1 in the slot. See, Jack Kenner, the thing is that they're number 2s until they're not. We got to give these young men a time to mature, and we got to give these young men a time to go out there and show and prove. They're very, very young in their career, man. And I have a lot of faith that with the coaching and with the scheme that some of these guys can make their ascension, i.e. like A.J. Bouye. I don't know, man. I keep hearing Hobbs inside. Just let the man dominate. Don't fuck with something that's great. Anthony, I'm not saying to take Hobbs and put him outside even, like 40% of the time. I'm saying take Hobbs and put him outside 10% of the time to see what you got. Keep him inside primarily. But if he flashes some of those traits to be a number one corner, if you take him and line him up outside from time to time, he does well, then it's something to think about. If he can play anywhere close to the way he plays in the slot. James is playing center this season, no question. Yeah, I think so too, bro. Just hope our new staff use our good players and not waste their talents like Gruden did with Regis and Gillespie. Yeah, Courtney, that's another thing. Like, there was a lot of I think you can't serve two masters, right? So I think there's a part of being a head coach and a GM. You got to be a special kind of person to have that kind of autonomy, because it's either a great head coach and a mediocre GM, or a great GM and a mediocre coach, or you're just bad at both. And it's like, I think John Gruden did himself a disservice by not playing it the way Josh McDaniels is playing it, and just getting a guy that you trust to do the GM job and kind of stepping in as you see fit. Provincia, I like Parham. I think he starts. I like the idea of Dylan Parham. I don't know if I like Parham right now because we haven't seen anything. We got to wait until we see him in the Hall of Fame game. We got to see how he does in snaps and scrimmages and things before we kind of put that opinion out there. I think Parham is going to be left guard. Ern, I tend to think so too, because he was our first pick in this year's draft. He was our first pick. He was our third round pick. We traded our first one, but he was actually our first pick. So I think they have big plans for him, man. Waller was getting double teamed once. Ruggs was gone. Yeah, he definitely was, and that's another piece of it. So he won't this year. Well done. Thank you for the comment, brother. Give the young players time to get coached up and learn. Raider Hippie, and that's pretty much what I'm saying. I think that we didn't give our guys to do that. I think with Alex Leatherwood, they didn't give him a chance. And the thing about the National Football League that I think they should really look into and pairing with one of these other leagues, it'd be nice if the National Football League had like a minor league system to send some of these young guys with a lot of potential down to kind of get snaps, so where they don't have to learn in a trial by fire, because the Raiders were not going to let one player hijack their playoff hopes, and they're not going to do it this year. The Raiders are a playoff team, and they're trying to move towards something. So if you have a guy that's not playing well as young, you're going to sit him down, and you're going to get the guy that's going to stop the water from leaking, man. My opinion. I still love Gruden. I just wish things had gotten better, but I still love the man. Do you? Hey, brother. Listen, brother. Hey, old Coach Gruden loves you too, brother. Let me tell you something, man. Hey, my opinion, man. You're not going to go with old Coach Gruden. You never know what you're going to get from old Coach, man, after we go to court and the National Football League gives me about $300 million, man. You never know, old Coach Gruden might be back coaching, man. You're not going to with me, baby. But no, on the real, man. I'm done with talking about Gruden, though, man. We on to the equinox right now. How many years should we give the Raiders to make it to the Super Bowl with Carr? I think two. I think this year and next year. Like, if we don't, like, this year, to me, to make this year a success, we have to win at least a playoff game. That is the basement for me. At least, man. At least. Because we've already gotten that. We busted our cherry proverbially when it comes to getting a playoff berth. We know what it's like to get to the playoffs now. We kept mostly the same team. This year, we got to make an improvement on that. So the improvement on that will be winning, like, a game or two in the playoffs. Then the year after that, that's the Super Bowl year to me, bro. Seriously, I can't wait anymore. It's been too damn long. My preliminary starting O-line for this week before training camp. It's Colton Miller, Denzel Good, Andre James, Jermaine Illuminor, Alex Leatherwood. It's very, very realistic. I think Dylan Parham makes that starting lineup, and I think either him or John Simpson, man. Oh, my brother, before we about to get out of here, Kyle Holt says, wasted. What's the word of the day? You know what? I don't know, man. Let me think what the wasted word of the day is, man. I don't know, man. Galvanizing. Causing great emotional or mental stimulation. Galvanizing is the wasted word of the day, because we are going to have a galvanizing presence when it comes to Derek Carr and Josh McDaniels. They're going to have to galvanize this locker room and get them fully in tune to start winning. Galvanizing is the wasted word of the day, ladies and gents. If a group of number twos can lock down a number one receiver and not give up first down yardage, I'll take it. Iron sharp as iron. Facing Adams, Renfro, Waller, Robinson, Cole, Jacobs, and Zeus. And Courtney Garrett, that's the thing, bro. Everybody doesn't have the luxury of having Jalen Ramsey on their team, bro. Some of these guys, man, have to make sure that they make their ascension as players. These guys are young guys, man. Young guys. They're not even in the middle of their career. They're in the beginning of their career, man. So let's give them a chance to play a little better, bro. Where we place in the AFC West is going to tell us how things are going for the next few years, and that's a fact. If we could win the AFC West, that lets us know. Jermaine Illuminor is getting a lot of buzz, and rightfully so, because he's played well, under Josh McDaniels, and he's familiar with Carmen Basillo, so that's why. Wasted. Who gets to stop the cap of the day? Man, you know what? Stop the cap for right now, bro, is really, man, all of these people out here that, are still defending the guy from the last episode, Jamarcus Russell. It's always stop the gap with him, bro. Bro, I've watched people keep commenting on that video for me, bro, and it really pisses me off that people are letting this guy off the hook. I say fuck him. He don't play for the Raiders no more, hasn't in years, and who cares about him? But all of that bullshit he was talking really, really rubbed me the wrong way, man. So until further notice, it's still Jamarcus Russell. F him. Yo, listen, Neil's stick frame is galvanizing. Pause, White Tyson. Oh my God. But y'all, listen, camp fucking begins tomorrow. We are happy. We're excited. I'm juiced. I appreciate all y'all for pulling up. We pulling up on an hour and 10 minutes, man. We pulling up in an hour and 10 minutes. If y'all want me to go longer for like a couple of more minutes, man, y'all put a 1 in the chat. But I think it's about that time we bring this train into the train station, everybody, man. My opinion, my God, F. Russell is the worst pick in our history. God, I hate that guy. Thank you. I hope somebody super kicks him in his face. Courtney Garrett, appreciate Wasted Time for galvanizing the nation with another great thick frame show. Thank you, my brother. Much love, much love. What's good, Valley? What's good, man? The wasted word of the day is Parham at left guard. Y'all crazy, man. We got over 135 in the room, man. Y'all been getting wasted. Membership. Y'all, do me a favor, man. Somebody go to my channel and post a link to my membership for my brother Van City, man. Please, because if I leave my StreamYard, I'm gonna mess something up. So do me a favor. Could y'all do that for me before I pull out of here, man? Jack Kenneth, thank you for the $2 super, man. It's all about Ziegler now. Yes, it's all about Ziegler now. And this is the thing that I love about the Raiders and what we got going into this new era. Free agency is all year round, baby. And that's why they keep themselves mobile and they keep themselves with cap space, because listen, they might pick somebody up in the middle of the season that can change our season. And that's a great thing, man. That is a great thing, man. Stuart Taylor, keep doing the wasted cheers, my man. Thank y'all, man. Yo, Josie Mitchell, be safe, God bless. Don't settle for less. Y'all already know, man, we never do. Carr Ahearns, man. Carr, the team ranks Radiation of Life in the 918, bro. Love it, man. Love it, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to all of y'all. Yo, pause, as always. People defending this bun. Again, bro, he played him. F him. Digital, what's good, man? Digital, what's good? But y'all, listen, your brother Wasted has got to go. I got some things to do, man. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. I got to go tap in with the family, man. I appreciate all of y'all for pulling up, man. Love all of y'all. On the way out, man, hit that like, hit that sub if you haven't already, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Van City, my brother, do me a favor. Hit me on social media. I'm going to make sure that you get the channel membership, bro. I really would love for you to join Eddie Willis for the $9.99 super sticker, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Thank y'all, man. Yo, y'all are the best, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We going to get out of here today, man. Yeah. Make sure y'all remember, as always, man, yesterday's price is not today's price. Your brother wasted getting wasted. See y'all tomorrow, man. Peace.